morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, in today's video we're going to go from Vinita, Oklahoma to Blackwell, Oklahoma. I think it's going to be a little over 200 miles today. We'll see how we do, but that's our game plan. So let's get started. When we leave Vinita, we only have a short ride back to the Trans-America Trail. We do a short stretch that goes to the northwest through some homes and farms, but that quickly changes to where we get into some more remote areas. There was some confusion on the Trans-America Trail, and I think I took a wrong turn even though the road looked exactly like what we should be on. And we ended up, I believe, on somebody's ranch. The roads, I believe, were also actually county roads, but I don't actually think we were on the Trans-America Trail. But sometimes there's a really good screw up, and this was one of them. These roads were absolutely a blast to ride down, and we end up going right through open range where we go by some cattle. The drive and ride here was just absolutely a beautiful ride. You know you're getting into western states and cattle land when you start going over these cattle grates. They're almost exclusively out west, and you'll see them a lot from here on out, I'm sure. One might think that these cattle grates would be a problem for the motorcycle, but as long as you're going perpendicular, it's just like riding over railroad tracks. You'll go right over the top of them with no problem. But if you ever get to one where you have to cross it on an angle, you need to be extremely careful. This particular road had some rugged sections to it and gave us a little bit of a challenge, especially with the shadows and the sunshine poking through. After traveling about 25-30 miles northwest of Vinita, we turn and start heading west, and we'll be going west the rest of the way through Oklahoma. I always find these farms or ranches with these white fences to be really picturesque, but I can only imagine the man hours to put that up and maintain it and keep it painted and looking nice. But well done. How neat is that? After riding about 50 miles, we enter the Osage Nation territory north of Bartsville, Oklahoma. This area has some really remote sections and was just the highlight of the day. We encountered several of these iron bridges as we headed west through the Osage Nation. Excluding the gravel road that we're riding on, going through these remote areas gives you a sense of what the country looked like before the roads went through there, because there's so few roads. And so it really gives you a understanding of how beautiful these areas are and why they need to be preserved. This wetland area that we're riding through now, I can't remember what it was called, but it was flooded, and I believe a river and lake was in this particular area. There were some areas that might have been in high water situations a little bit difficult to navigate through because they would have been flooded, but the time of year that we went through, we encountered no problems. For whatever reason, navigating through this wildlife management area was difficult because the roads didn't quite match up with what I thought the Transamerica Trail was trying to take you down. You had to be really, really careful on the signage in this particular area because it wasn't posted very well. But we did get through it okay without too much of a problem, and I think we were able to maintain being on the Transamerica Trail the entire time, but you had to pay attention. What a spectacular view of the river this old iron bridge created. While riding through the Osage Nation, the Transamerica Trail takes you right along the border of Kansas, and at one point you are right on the state boundary. Then you head south a little bit and turn west again into just open prairie like you see here. After leaving the Osage Nation, you are entrenched in cattle country. That's all you saw for miles and miles and miles. Here we are on dry road, and it's anything but dry. This little dip here, when it's wet out, would be very, very deep. I went through it, and it still probably was at the top of the wheels as I went through it. You would actually drown your bike in it during the wet season. Hey everyone, boy, it's been a long day and we finally got settled into the hotel. As you could tell from the video, we had a great riding day, and boy, we were in some remote areas. We went through the Osage Indian Reservation, and I'm here to tell you, for miles, tens of miles, there's just nothing. It's a long way and it's a huge area, and it was just an absolute blast today. We did some pretty crazy stuff. That last creek crossing we did was really unbelievable. But what you can't see from the videos is Roy lost one of his bags, which had all his clothes in it, and that cost us a little bit of time because we went back 42 miles looking for that. And then here at the end of the day, I found out, Roy happened to see it, that I have got another spike in my rear tire. That happened to me in the spring, and it destroyed a tire, and now I'm here in Blackwell, Oklahoma, with no motorcycle shop, close to 160 miles away. So I'm going to try and limp it there. For whatever unbelievable reason, it's still holding air, and if I can limp it there and get that taken care of, we're going to do that tomorrow. Well, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.